We are here with Mira Furlan. Mira, thank you so much for being with us today. And of course, we're here at the Wizard World Comic Book Convention, and you're here actually basically meeting fans. And what's it like to be here, having fans come up and recognize you for all the great characters you've played throughout the years?
Well, I've been doing it for a long time, so it's always fun. I mean, people come with so much appreciation, and that's a great thing to experience.
Definitely, definitely. And for folks out there that aren't familiar with all the characters Mira's played, of course, the character of the very iconic character of Rousseau on Lost, and also you've been on a lot of other great shows too, such as Babylon 5 and others.
Well, I worked in Europe. I spent my previous life working in Europe, in the former Yugoslavia, where I did a lot of movies and TV and theater and so on. So
yeah, and I had read
and
online.
I still go there occasionally, and I did a couple of interesting movies just recently. And so.
Oh, okay, wonderful, wonderful. I had read online that being from Yugoslavia, that you had come over to the States in the mid '90s when things were kind of tumultuous over there. A very difficult time, I'd imagine.
Well, yeah, it's a dramatic story that maybe I'll write about it one day. That's my plan.
Okay, well, there you go. Be looking out for her autobiography coming out soon. Mira, again, in terms of, do most people that come up and talk to you, are they more familiar with your character? Which character is probably the most popular?
I think that at this type of events, because it's a science fiction convention, Babylon 5 is the biggest draw, and people, I think, were very drawn to my character and appreciated it. So, there's still, and there's something to say about science fiction fans. They are the most loyal people, and we appreciate that very, very much.
Definitely. Yeah, we went to a panel yesterday for Batman from the '60s, the '60s show Batman, and there were fans, and same with Star Trek and any science fiction. 40, 50 years later, do you imagine
they
that
age like wine? The older the better.
Do you imagine that 30, 40 years from now, that you'll still be coming to the cons?
You're very optimistic about.
You're a beautiful young woman. I'm sure you will be.
Beautiful young woman. We like to hear that. Thank you.
I'm flirting here with Mira. We'll cut that out of the footage. But seriously though, with the character of Rousseau and the character that you played on Babylon 5, I'd imagine decades from now you'll probably still have people coming up to you, showing love for the role you played.
That's nice of you to think that way. Yeah, I hope these things survive in the minds of the people.
In perpetuity. Yes.
Yeah, well.
Yes. Well, as an actress, I'd imagine there's nothing more special than knowing that your characters that you've played may live on, for the ages.
That's your kind of legacy, and I worked a lot in theater, and that's the beautiful but also the troubling thing with theater. Nothing stays. Nothing is, it's like a bubble. It just floats somewhere. But again, you feel and you hope that something stays in the mind and in the hearts of the people who saw it. Definitely. At some point.
Definitely. And so, Mira, of course, the character of Rousseau in Lost. Lost is such a beloved TV series, a contemporary show that was just on and just ended last year, and very complex. And the last season featured, kind of threw a lot of fans for a loop because of the kind of the alternate sort of afterlife world that portrayed Alex, Rousseau, Ben, kind of in a happy existence where they were kind of doing okay.
I think it's an interesting idea, the alternate, the paths that we didn't take in life, the possibilities, the what we are and what we could have been, and it's an interesting philosophical idea.
Definitely.
My frustration with that character is that it never reached its potential, or what I thought was its potential, and maybe the audience felt the potential of that role and that character that could have developed in so many ways. Definitely. Which never happened. But that's the trouble with lots of stuff that we do in life,
Definitely. Well, I think that's one of the things that made Lost very real, is that there were some key characters that, unfortunately, just in a blink of an eye, literally, were gone from the fans. And I know a lot of fans, that really upset a lot of fans, but there was something about it that made the show more real, that people literally could could die in the blink of an eye in a tragic way, and that kind of had a reality to it. You know,
yeah.
kind
Well,
of.
as an actor, you want to work and you want to develop a character, you know, and so there's life, but there is also art and dramaturgical development of characters. That's why we do it. We don't want to be killed in an accident.
Definitely.
In 10 minutes,
Definitely.
you know.
Well, I can say that
But
the character.
I agree. I mean, that's an interesting point that you're making. Yeah, I get it.
Well, in either case, the character of Russo will live on in perpetuity, and people will be recognizing her for years to come. And just one last question, Mira, any projects that you have going on right now that folks should be on the lookout for, or any way that fans can sort of get a hold of you, either on a website or a Facebook page?
Well, I have a website, and it's mirafurlan.net, and I write a little blog every month, and you know, I had a book of essays about America that was published in Belgrade, in the former Yugoslavia. I mean, in Serbia, and I'm working on a project now, an autobiographical kind of project.
All right.
You
Well,
know?
you heard it here first. This was the first scoop.
Yeah.
I feel really privileged.
I'm still resisting Facebook, Twitter, and all those things. I mean, but for better or for worse, you know, I'm an animal of a different era. That's slowly dying out, but
You're still on cyberspace, mirafurlan.net, so please check that out and look out for her autobiography, soon to be in store shelves any month now. So
Thank you.
thanks
Thank
again
you,
for your
thank
time.
you,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.